I don't want to be an INFJ anymore. The more that I watch videos and read about it and study my personality type, the more I don't want to be it anymore. I'm not really sure why people would choose to identify with this. Like people that, you know, are I supposedly pretending to be an INFJ. I'm not sure why you would want that. You know, they talk about it being, you know, the rarest personality type, and I always say rare does not mean best. There's lots of things that are rare that are not good, you know. Not that this personality type isn't good, but there's just some things that I'm figuring out about myself that I don't really like, and I would like to not be them anymore. So I guess if I had a choice, I would not be this. So I wore a costume for some trick-or-treating we did for work, and it's kind of fun to wear a costume because you can look like someone else and, you know, be someone else for a few hours. And it got me thinking about, you know, what we do to not be ourselves sometimes, and it got me thinking about things I would like to change about myself. And I was kind of comparing my family's processing ways and their personalities to mine, and I kind of so I have a few comparisons. I gotta grab my list. So both my daughter and my husband are ESFPs, which, you know, is sometimes referred to as the entertainer. And, you know, I watch them, and I would like to be excited about life and to have, you know, life be a party, because sometimes I feel like for them everything is kind of easy, and they just live, you know, blissfully unaware of other people's feelings. Not that they're, you know, without feeling, but they, you know, can create their own joy, and they can just live their life and be happy. And I am seemingly stuck in this melancholy processing state all the time where I can't ever really feel joy. I'm always trying to analyze everything and seek to improve everything rather than just enjoying the moment. And then my youngest son is an ENFP, and he's 12, so I know he still has some development of his personality, but he is an information seeker. He is in love with history, and he will absorb all this information and then analyze it, not internally because he is extroverted, but externally. He will tell you everything that he knows, and it can be difficult to deal with because he does talk a lot, and it's information that you wouldn't necessarily want to know. You know, he can tell you the entire history of the Abrams tank, whether you want to know it or not. But I like the ability for him to get so excited about something and then to share it with such excitement. Whereas for me, you know, I am an information gatherer as well. I love to do research. I love to read. I love to learn new things. But then I have to roll it over and over in my mind and think it to the end of the earth. And it kind of drives you crazy because your brain is just going all the time. So from him, I would like to take the ability to speak it out and, you know, not keep everything in. And that's kind of what this channel is about, so I can get some of that stuff out of my head. And then my middle child, he tested out as ENTP, it was kind of interesting because he was very close to being INTP. It was like 49% introverted and 51% extroverted. So I see both traits in him. And he has, you know, a quiet, kind of easygoing nature most of the time, and things seem to just roll off his back. But he is definitely a thinker and doesn't have a lot to say always, but when he does have something to say, it's very, very interesting. Yeah, I have a house full of extroverts, and I sometimes wish that I could take some of that and be a little bit more excited about people and lots of things going on rather than being exhausted by it. And I know that you can't change your personality. I just really wonder, you know, with all the fascination with INFJs, do people really understand what it would be like to be in the mind of someone who can't turn their thoughts off, who is painfully aware of every single person in any room, any situation, painfully aware of their emotions and not able to understand their own? You know, I know exactly how everyone else is feeling, but I can't always identify my own emotions, and that's a struggle. And this just seems to be this, you know, overarching sadness that just doesn't leave me. Like, I am just a melancholy person, and I can't really ever experience happiness and keep it there. You know, I have moments, but there's just always this sadness that follows me, and I don't know if that's personality type or something that just needs to be worked on. But I rambled a bit there. I hope that you got something out of that, but for today, I do not want to be an INFJ anymore. I would like to be something else. See you next time.